Hello everyone, welcome back to another video on Elite Academy. So today, before we start the question, there are a few announcements. Yesterday also I have told about this, that we have started the question answer session, the MCQs on our Telegram channel. Basically, this is keeping in mind that now it is high time and that prelims is approaching. It's hardly 35 days from today, and it is obvious that most of you would be not reading the current affairs on daily basis from the newspaper or from any website or anywhere for that matter. So what we are doing here is that we are coming up with questions which will help you in going through the important current affairs which were in news. For example, as you can see, Kwar is a hydroelectric project on which river? So it is on Chenab, and it was in news because Honorable Prime Minister has recently inaugurated it. So like this, these factual informations or some conceptual information, if they are in news, it will help you in quick revision. So do subscribe to our Telegram channel if you have not subscribed yet. That is, just search Elite Academy on Telegram and you will get it. So this is our channel. Otherwise, it is also there in the description box or on our about page of YouTube channel. Okay. Another announcement we have, and it is about a session which we are conducting on 30th April 2022. We are organizing a session of Mr. Saurabh Kumar. He is Indian Forest Service Officer. And Saurabh sir has bagged rank 16 in Indian Forest Service Examination 2018. He is the author of very popular book, Prelims Simplified, which aims to provide the solution to aspirants' everyday queries such as what to read, how to read, the required depth of reading, and how and what to remember and what to leave. So this session will be very important and it will focus upon giving certain tips for upcoming CSE Prelims 2022 followed by the doubt session. So we request our students to share specific questions with us on Telegram ID @ so please note it down @Telehiman, TELEHIMAN. So whatever doubts you want to ask, you want us to ask during session, so please let us know. Please forward it. We will definitely try to accommodate it and we'll ask Saurabh sir to address that. So these are the two announcements which I wanted to make in the starting. Now we'll start our discussion. So today we have taken this question where mountain ranges are there in list 1 and in list 2 country names has been given, where we have to match these mountain ranges and we have to tell they fall in which country. So code is given ABCD and we have to tell. So it has been observed that UPSC is very fond of the mountain ranges, capital cities, and like this geographical locations, and they will try to confuse with the location. Either they will be in close proximity and sometimes maybe we know the two options and we don't know the rest of the options, and they design the options in such a manner that two options we can mark but the rest of them we cannot mark. So let's have a look. So the mountain range, basically they have taken all the mountain ranges from Europe. Okay, Central Europe, Western Europe, Eastern Europe, so like that, or some one of the mountain is on Asia and European border. So let's have a look. So the first mountain is Caucasus Mountain. So where does it fall? If someone knows this answer, then do reply in the comment section, or if you know, then you definitely know which country you can map. Then we have Carpathian Mountains. Next is Apennine Mountains, and fourth one is Pindus Mountain. So let's have a look. Rather than checking whether you know it or not, we will do the matching. So Caucasus Mountain, majorly they are in Georgia. We are going to discuss in detail so that it will, at least these four names will be there for always in your mind. So Caucasus Mountain, majorly they are in Georgia. Next, Carpathian, it is associated with Ukraine, but it is not only associated with Ukraine. Keeping in mind the ongoing Ukraine and Russia war, you can expect such question maybe from geography or some city they can ask. So Carpathian Mountains, if option is given Ukraine, then yes, Ukraine we can associate with. Apennine Mountain, it is completely associated with Italy, and Pindus Mountain with Greece. Now we will see all these mountain ranges in detail so that it will be there with you. So starting with Caucasus Mountain, you can locate it in Europe here, and this is on the world map, so that you will get an idea, okay, where is the location. So have a look to get the visual imprint in your memory, record it, so that whenever it is coming, at least you are able to locate it on in world map, that okay, here we have Caucasus Mountain. Okay, going further into detail, Caucasus Mountain, if you can analyze the country, so you will find that the Caucasus Mountain are stretching between Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. So it is basically a isthmus. It is a isthmus which is dividing Black Sea and the Caspian Sea. Rather, you can say it is a isthmus which is connecting Europe and Asia. Okay, and also you will find that this Caucasus region is surrounded by countries. So let's have a look. So Caucasus mountain is basically divided into two parts. So one is the Great Caucasus mountain range and the Lesser Caucasus. Okay. So the Caucasus region is also home to Mount Elbrus. So Mount Elbrus is the highest peak. It is the highest peak of the in Europe. Basically, it is highest peak in Europe, and it is definitely highest peak of Caucasus mountain as well. So it is somewhere around 5642 meters. So 5642 meters above mean sea level. So hope you can locate it on the map, and it falls in the jurisdiction or within the boundaries of Russia. So this is about the mountain range, and it is highest peak of Europe. Also, when sometimes UPSC might ask that okay, it is dividing which sea, so we know that Black Sea and Caspian Sea it is dividing. Also, sometimes it can be asked that it occupies which all countries. It is a spread over which all countries. So it is a spread over Russia, then Azerbaijan, then Armenia, and Georgia. So easiest way to remember, or you can remember it this way, that northwest it is Russia, then Azerbaijan, then Armenia in south, and further you can see Georgia. So it is something like this. Okay, as you can see the arrow. And in this way, if you remember, then you can remember a mnemonic, that is Rag, R-A-A-G. You can relate it with the Hindi Rag, the music Rag. In Hindi we call Rag. So RAG, that is Russia, Azerbaijan, Armenia, and G for Georgia. Okay, so these were some of the information which you should know. So Caucasus, we discussed that there are two separate ranges, the Great Caucasus in the north and the Lesser Caucasus in the south. Also, what else? So we have another lake here. This lake, Lake Sevan, is in the eastern part of the Lesser Caucasus region, and it is the largest lake of Caucasus, and it overflows and drains into the tributary of Aras river. Okay, and it if country wise they are asking, then it is located in Armenia. So with this information, we expect that at least you will not forget the Caucasus region, the two divisions, as you can see on this map also, the Greater Caucasus and the Lesser Caucasus, and the countries, Rag, the countries which are in which this mountain is spread over, and Mount Elbrus, which is the highest peak of this mountain range, and it is the highest peak in Europe. And it is a isthmus, basically dividing Caspian Sea and Black Sea. So this is it with respect to Caucasus region. Next, with respect to Carpathian mountain range, we will see. So second mountain range which was given in the option was Carpathian. So here you can locate the Carpathian mountains on the world map. It is also there in Europe, and it is something like arc. Okay, so it is a mountain range forming an arc across Central and Eastern Europe. Let's have a look in detail. Okay, so here you can see the area which has been highlighted in red color, that we have Alps, and from Alps there are finger-like structures which are coming out. So Apennine mountain range is there, then Dinaric Alps are there, Carpathian mountain is coming like a arc, then we have Balkan mountains. So this is a region which has been asked, and further you will go east, you will see that above Asia or north of Asia we have Caucasus mountains. So this area was highlighted by this specific question which UPSC has asked. And if we talk specifically about Carpathian mountains, then Carpathian mountain range, it is around 500 kilometer long, and it is the third longest European mountain range after Urals and Scandinavian mountains. Okay, and if we remember to the countries over which it is spanning, so the range stretches far from the eastern Let's say Austria is there. Okay, so let's have a look here. So these are the countries. This percentage wise, you can remember that, okay, it is spread over which countries. Okay, so starting from the first country, that is Austria. Okay, Austria is there. Then we have Czech Republic is there. Then Poland, Slovakia, Hungary, Ukraine, Romania, Serbia. So these are the countries over which it has the mountain ranges has spread over. Okay, how to remember it? It is very difficult to remember. So I have created a mnemonic for you. I don't know, it might sound very funny, and please pardon me for the poor joke as well. So let's say you get selected and as an IPS officer, and suddenly after your first induction or when you go to the training academy and you see lot of ACPs. ACP means Assistant Commissioner of Police, and they all or someone they are standing in a row and someone calls your name. You don't know who has called it, so you will turn around and then what you will say? Your first reaction will be ha sir, ha sirs. So you don't know any specific sir, you know all of them are standing, so you are calling because SAP someone has called your name, so you are turning around and you are saying ha sirs, right? So I'm trying to make it funny. I don't know whether it is sounding funny or not, but the idea is that you have to remember it till your prelims. Okay, after that it is not required. So remember it, create your own mnemonic, create your own story, but remember it. Okay, so like this you should do for other physical features or map or whatever activities you are doing. So it can be something like this. SCP, there are so many SCPs, they are calling you, so you are telling, huh, sirs. Okay, so let's start. A for, so I have taken the outer realm first. So outer realm is starting in the yellow line, which you can see on the A percentage map. So A is for Austria. So Austria is occupying somewhere around 1%. Then we have Czech Republic, which is occupying somewhere 3% of, or the this Carpathian mountain is having only 3% of its area in Czech Republic. That way you can remember. Next is our Poland. Poland is having 10% of the area of this mountain range. Next, the inner realm is starting from H. So this is the arc which you should remember. So the yellow arc, that is 4% is H for Hungary. Then we have S. The S is Slovakia, and then U is Ukraine. The remaining two countries are having this kind of arc, this one. Okay, so 4% your Hungary, then 17% is being occupied in Slovakia, and 10% only in Ukraine. But do you remember that in the option it was given that Ukraine was given as a match for this particular range, Carpathian. Had it been Romania, Romania is covering around 50% area of this mountain range. So if it comes, then also you mark Romania. Okay. Definitely they will frame the options like that, so in such a manner that they will not try to confuse you with the countries. Okay, they will be mutually exclusive countries. So next we have these two countries in this arc. You have to remember, one is Romania and the other one is Serbia. So Romania is having maximum area of the Carpathian mountain range within its territory. Next is 5% in Serbia. So this is how you have to remember. So hope this would have helped, and pardon me for my poor joke or the poor mnemonic story, whatever, but hope it will help you. Make it funny and remember it. Next we have the third option. Now we have the third option which was there in the question. The third option was with respect to this mountain range, that is Apennine mountain range. So if you can visualize the Alp mountain range or the whole area in the central and eastern part of the Europe, the Alp, it is having two leg-like structure which can be Apennine and the Dinaric Alps. And if you visualize Alp as a person, as a human being, then you can visualize it like that the Carpathian mountains are some hand-like structure which has been stretched in an arc format. Okay. However, our focus for this particular option is Apennine Mountains. So Apennine Mountains are the mountain range. They are stretched in this peninsular Italy. So you can see the map which I have shown on the screen, Italy is having a mountain range orange in color. So this is our Apennine mountain, and this peninsula is being surrounded by water. Mediterranean Sea is there, Ionian Sea is there, Adriatic Sea is there. Okay, so the eastern slopes down to Adriatic Sea are very steep, while the western slopes form foothills on which most of the peninsular Italy's cities are located. Okay, so this is about the third option. We'll see the fourth one. The next option was about Pindus Mountains. So the Pindus Mountains are here in Greece, and the neighboring countries are Albania, Macedonia, Bulgaria. Okay, so how to remember this? First, you should know that where are these countries located. So these countries are the part of Balkan Peninsula. So Balkan Peninsula, if you have read earlier, so these are the countries, and if how to remember Balkan Peninsula, so they are just beside the peninsular Italy, and there we have discussed about the Dinaric Alps, if you remember. Okay. Next, these here we have Apennine from Alps. One leg was Apennine mountain range and Dinaric Alps. So Dinaric Alp is extending till Albania, or you can say till the northern part of Albania and Macedonia. In Greece, the peninsular region, which is there surrounded by water from three sides, is known as the Balkan Peninsula. The name is coming from the Balkan Mountains, which is there south of Carpathian Mountains. So that's why we have this name Balkan Peninsula. Okay. So here we have Balkan Mountains. Okay. So this is the set of countries. These are the set of countries which are there in Balkan Peninsula. So we have so many countries: Greece, Albania, Macedonia, Bulgaria, Turkey, Serbia, Romania. Okay. So these are the countries. Make your own mnemonic and try to remember it. So Pindus Mountain Range, as it has been shown on the screen. So Pindus Mountain Range falls on within this Balkan Peninsula, and Balkan Peninsula, since it is surrounded by water, so first sea on the western coast of Balkan Peninsula is Adriatic Sea. Then we have Ionian Sea. Then we have Aegean Sea and Black Sea. So these are the four seas which are very important. You should know that Balkan Peninsula is being surrounded by waters. What are the water bodies on eastern part, on the southern part, and or southeastern or southwestern part of the peninsula and western part of the peninsula? So this way you should remember. So Pindus mountain range is a range located in northern Greece and southern Albania. Also it is extending to a bit, and it is roughly 160 km long. Okay, and the maximum elevation is somewhere between 2,637 meters. So it is in the range of 2,600. So that way you should remember. And this is it about from where the name is coming. Now we'll see the question again. Now having a look at the question, now the question will make sense to you more because now you have seen the map, you know the location. So Caucasus mountains, they are in, you can relate it with Georgia. So Georgia, you remember Rag, remember that way. So which were the countries over which this Caucasus mountain is spreading over? So that way you remember. Then Carpathian mountain range, Ukraine, but we remembered ACP Hansers, ACPHSUR. So these were the countries over which it is spanning over. Apennine mountain range, it is in the it is over the Italy peninsula, and Pindus mountain range. Now you know. So this way, this particular question set why I have taken, because this video, the purpose of making this video was to demonstrate that if you prepare the locations in this manner, then definitely you can handle any type of question given by UPSC. Okay, so prepare in that much detail. Keeping in mind that you have 35 days, you should know about 7 continents. So one day you can dedicate to one continent. You learn about the capital cities, you learn about the straits, seas, oceans, mountains, glaciers, deserts, lakes, plains, and currents, ocean currents. So this way you take one continent at a time. Whatsoever mnemonic you make, whatsoever stories you prepare, but the idea is that you have to refer the map or the atlas again and again. Then only the things will stick to you. Remember, in the initial videos we have discussed about the Andaman Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep Island, but the idea is that you have to refer the atlas again and again. Then only it will stick to your mind. Okay, so do this exercise for remaining days, and just give 10 to 15 minutes. That much will be sufficient. So go through it again and again. It should not be like you should devote 2-3 hours for Atlas. Devote only 10-15 days every day, 10-15 minutes every day, and that will be all. Okay, I'm reiterating the announcement which I have done in the starting. So please join our Telegram channel and do drop a message on Telehiman for Saurabh's session, and join the Telegram channel for updates and the questions which we are posting. Okay, hope today's discussion would have helped you in understanding that how to cover the atlases, locations, and especially how UPSC is pinpointing ranges and information from one area and they are digging deeper into it. So be very alert and revise well. Take care guys. See you in the next video. Bye bye.